Today, I will show yesterday on Poland and how looked in Ukraine before war and on 2022, and now only some precautionary views because it is hard to measure the existing biogas plant state in Ukraine. The work is in part entitled, published in recent number of environment challenges, and is written by Dnipro University Prof. Dr. Anna Ivanchenko and Dmitro Yelan-Totsiev, entitled Improved Ancestral Waste in Utilization in Biogas and Fertilizer Reduction, ensuring carbon dioxide sequestration. The global food crisis encourages finding new sources of replenishment of the phosphorus deficit in agriculture, and biogas plants are one method that from the sludge after pretreatment can be absorbed phosphorus and then recycled to the industry and other human fields. Despite numerous studies, its phosphorus recovery is still very low research science. The greatest success in this area has been that were already made for biofertilizer. The present study of Professor Iran Totsiev Ivanchenko presented sustainable technology anaerobic digester with the simultaneous capture of carbon dioxide and sodium carbonate production. It converts a product combination of the organo-mineral substrate, vegetal waste, activated sludge, phosphorus containing, and cheese waste. And this reduced the carbon dioxide, leading to biogas, and here are some presented some phosphorus recyclable. Today, one of major problems of biological treatment of wastewater is deep removal of phosphorus, which is an active biological element, which is very harmful in excess in water. And due to high deforestation, especially nearby banks, the phosphorus which should be stay in soil is spilled by rainwater to the river, degrading the eutrophication of water, causing the disaster. And therefore, the huge amount of phosphorus needs to be recycled from the wastewater and taken to the proper areas. Such excess can cause eutrophication, and in case of the Dnipro River, have very much higher than norms of European Union. And now, due to war, is high demand of fast recovery to fulfill European Union demands because are excess 75 times to European requirements. At the same time, in Ukraine, there is shortage of phosphate raw materials, which determines its import. Prior to Russian invasion, about 700 tons of phosphate raw materials were imported annually. Now, the volume of supplies has fallen dramatically, so the issue of finding new resources of phosphorus to meet the growing needs of agriculture rises spontaneously. One of the large-scale calcium-containing wastewater The Dnipro regions is sludge formed at Kaminsky in the production of calcium nitrate. This corresponds producing annually 50,000 and 7,200 sludge, which need to be recovered and treated. The main is to process it into nitrogen electrolyzer. Industrial scale. The agriculture sector, the need for the new types is driven by significant soil depletion, whereas the development of agriculture is a backbone of economy which use most. Here in materials methods, wastewater, waste vegetable, leaf litter from deciduous trees, chestnut, maple, poplar, and walnut was collected from waste recycling. That thickened sewage activated sludge was collected from local municipal wastewater treatment plant. The properties of vegetable waste and are represented here. The solid residue was supplied by local chemical chem division. As shown, the rich calcium-rich residue can be effectively used as phosphate absorbent from phosphates, so it's feasible to use feedstock for anaerobic digestion to increase phosphorus content in digested. After that operation, phosphorus depleted water goes for further purification into an aero tank, ensuring a much lower nutrient load on activated sludge. Aiming to promote the biogas release and nutrient content, Chisway was used, which is pale yellowish liquid. It contained valuable mineral salts of phosphorus, magnesium, and calcium, as well as barium and chloride. A substrate for anaerobic digestion, we use vegetable waste and calcium phosphate sediment after phosphate extraction with calcium production sludge. Chisway was added previously to intensify fermentation, and the thick solid sludge contained 40 times higher potassium but lower calcium, and total thickened sewage activated sludge has far more magnesium, 25, and lower 3% of manganese. This was what we had here. The substrate was fed to 3 bioreactors under industrial centrifuge, which gives turbulent flow of 36,000 Reynolds number. So the turbulent making very hard to predict, but that it is the most popular, and in big is hard to make because laminar flow, so very low production, will this big, this slow production, and this would be generated much cost and much higher time of wasted treatment. This is the trouble here. Sodium solution with not sodium from 5%, which were prepared by commercial sodium phosphate to catch carbon dioxide after the biogas treatment production. So to clean biogas content, or to may have only methane, not carbon dioxide. A toxic activity was subjected to phosphate extraction. After this, the sludge was used in germination tests in several plants, potatoes, Riviera, as well tomatoes, and the this was better done, and phosphate content aqueous phase was used to check how it can be sodium carbonate and phosphate used as fertilizer after this. The aerobic parameters were studied compared to the previous study. Chemical composition was changed rapidly due to alters to giving cheese were give higher of 20% of methane. This carbon dioxide seduction is ammonia soda process, so this will produce the sodium carbonate much less emitting carbon dioxide, so everything would be reduction due to the environmental benefits. The methane content after before alkaline treatment was 71% and after was 96%. So we see that sodium helped to upgrading and giving the clear methane production. This can be addition to upgrading by hydrogen and bioheating. This shows that in case of organic matter, it helped in using, so it can be used as biofertilizer. New concept of integrated agro-industrial waste is proposed, which reduces environmental pollution by municipal wastewater as well as greenhouse effect emissions. And another treatment needs to increase in the phosphate content 3 times. This can be used such sludge to fertilizer, helping to the high nutrient content was positively tested for growing potassium during an average mass increase of 35%. The biogas quality after absorption of carbon increased from 71% of methane to 98%, giving the very suitable for chemical industry and daily use. So this is all what I wanted to say today. Thank you very much for listening to me.